Hey, what's up guys? Sega Man back here with another video. This is a little different video. This is not a pickups video. This is my top 10 Sega Genesis games that I love of all time. And these are 10 of the games I've enjoyed in my past and still enjoy in my present. And I want to show you my top 10 Sega Genesis games that I own. And they might be games that you might want to pick up also if you want to get an original Sega Genesis. And these might give you some ideas of games you might want to find and you might want to try out for yourself. So let's get started with number 10. This game, I loved this game. I played it when I was younger constantly, sometimes even staying up all night trying to do the different moves in this game. And it is Eternal Champions. This is a great Sega Genesis fighter. To me, this was like a kind of like, I don't want to say this is Sega's Mortal Kombat. Okay, and in some instances, if you can pull off the Eternal Champion fatalities, some of these fatalities in here were more gruesome, actually, than the old school Mortal Kombat games. I mean, the fatalities in this, they were very inventive in the way they did some of these sudden deaths and stuff in these games, in the Eternal Champion games. I also have the one for the Sega CD, which is really, really good. I'm going to do a top 10 of that too in my Sega Saturn games at a later date. But this was an awesome fighting game, and me and my friend used to play play this together all the time, man. And I got it when it first came out. It's a great game. So if you're into old school fighting games, you might want to pick up Eternal Champions. Now you'll probably pay more to have it complete, you know, with the case and everything. There's the back of it and stuff, but you could find this cheap. I believe the tape maybe $5, $7, $8. I'm not sure. It might have went up in price, but Eternal Champions is a great game, and that's my number 10 game. The next one here is a great game. It has went up in price a lot. I don't know if you can find this complete, and if you can, it's going to probably cost you some. You might be able to find the cartridge a little cheaper. It's a side-scrolling shooter called Triple Shooter. Now this is a Trouble Shooter. Now this is a great side-scrolling shoot 'em up, kind of like an anime shoot 'em up type game. Great graphics for the time. It's a one-player game. On the back, I don't know if you could see it very well because of the lighting, but you can kind of see some of the graphics on it. And it's a really good shooter. You know what I mean? It is complete. Yeah, it has the book in there and the tape. But this is a great shoot 'em up. I'm into a lot of shoot 'em ups on the Genesis. In my opinion, has the best shoot 'em ups ever. Better than any other system that's out there. Sega Genesis had the best shmup games, hands down. Some of them are so expensive, man. I mean, I think I seen this one. What was it called? I think it's Musha. I think I seen that for like $200 to $300 and even more. And I think that's just a tape. I'm not sure, but that's a great game. I don't own that game. I do have like a bootleg game of that on a disc that my friend gave me that I can play on my Dreamcast, but I don't have the original. I might try to get that someday, but I'm not paying that price. I mean, I love Sega Genesis, and I am the Sega man, but the Sega man has his limits. I'm not paying $200 or $300 for a tape. You know what I mean? That just ain't going to happen. So, but this is a great shmup game for the Sega Genesis, so check it out. That's my number 9. Number 8, which was a great game, really gory, gritty game. It is I have all of them in a series, and that is Splatterhouse 3. This is a great game. It is complete in the box. A lot of the prices of some of these games have went up, but if you do some soul searching online or go to your local flea markets and stuff like that, you might be able to find it for $5, $6. I'm not sure, but this is a great gore game. I like gore movies. I love gore movies. I'm actually probably going to do a video showing you all my gore movies that I like from the past up till now. There's not really many good gore movies like back in my day. You guys have these movies that are, you know, they're just, I don't know what they are, but they're not as good as the olden days, you know. This is by Namco. It is Splatterhouse, a good Halloween game to play. Is a great game, so that is it is awesome. So if you can pick it up, man. If you can find it, it is a great game. Splatterhouse is awesome. All right. The next one here, number 7. Everybody has loved this game in the past. It is a great game to own for your Sega Genesis. I think at one time it might have came free with a Sega Genesis. I'm not sure. When I got my first Sega Genesis, my first game that came free was Altered Beast. But this is Revenge of Shinobi. This is another good game that showed off the Sega Genesis. Is Revenge of Shinobi. It is a great side-scrolling hack and slash like adventure game. It's really cool. I loved it back in the day, and I played it a lot. And it is an awesome game. So if you could probably find Shinobi a little cheaper out there. I'm pretty sure. It's a great game. So it's not bad. So if you can find it, check out Revenge of Shinobi. 16-bit cartridge. You know, it is an awesome game. You know, so check it out. You can either I think you can get those also on the Sega compilation things that come on the new systems and stuff like that, like the 360 and the other systems like PlayStation 3, you know, where you get the whole Genesis collection. You can check that out. Now, number 6, which is a very great game, and I like this part 2 of this game better than 1. A lot of people like 1 better, and 1 is good, but my favorite is Golden Axe 2. Golden Axe 2 is a great game, and to me it is an awesome game. The music in this game, to me, was awesome. It fits the game perfectly. That's the thing about these old school games. Some of these old school games had some good composing music in it, composers that did for video games. And Golden Axe 2 is my favorite out of the Golden Axes. You know what I mean? It is a great game, and if you just look at it, guys, I mean, you don't see artwork like this anymore on video games, on the covers of stuff. You just don't. Some you do, but this is just really done well. You know what I mean? In detail, and it's great. That's why it's good to try to own your Sega Genesis games and complete. It's hard to get them today complete. It really is, and if you do, that's why it's so much, because of the art, and then depends on the condition that the game is in. But this is a great game, man. I love this game. It is complete, you know, and to find these games complete, you know, they're even more, you know, more expensive, you know. But this is a great game. So if you can find it, Golden Axe 2 is a great game to add to your Sega Genesis collection. Now, my number 5 game, this is my favorite too. Here we go again. There was a lot in the series, but this is my favorite of this genre, and I love this guy so much, man, and it is Sonic 3. Sonic 3 is my favorite Sega Genesis game for the Sonic series. Now, everybody loves 2, and 1 is really good also, and I love those, but my favorite is Sonic 3. You know what I mean? With the snowboard, with him going down on the snowboard, just the graphic detail they did and time they put into this game is very, very awesome. Sonic 3 is one of my favorite games, and if you get a Sega Genesis, this is a must-own game. You know what I mean? And it is complete with the book, you know, and it also came with a little poster here. Let me see if I can show you the poster real quick. There's a little poster that was in here. You know, I think it's the Sonic 3 poster. I don't know. It might not be. Let me see. No, this is actually in there is the, actually another good game, but it's not in my collection right now. I put in here is Earthworm Jim. It's an Earthworm Jim poster that came in there inside the game. And it had good art detail also in this poster, as you can see. But it is a great game to own. Sonic 3 is awesome. And you can get those digitally. You know, I know you can get those digitally on your Xbox One X's and your PlayStations. But if you want to go old school, to me, it's just better to have the cartridge for your Sega Genesis. It's just really awesome. If you want to go back to that era, it's just great. You know what I mean? So Now the next one I have here, which is my number 4 game that I love. This has went up in price a lot. I've seen it go up in price, up and down, but it's kind of expensive right now, and I have it in the case. And that is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. This is a great game. This is an awesome game. They did this game right to, you know, it's authentic to Michael Jackson's dance moves and everything, and the music is awesome. I mean, it is down pat to some of the music, like Annie, Are You Okay? I think the Thriller song is in here. Beat It. I mean, they did the best they could with this, and it is awesome. Hats off to Sega and to their company for what they did for this game. It is a 16-bit cartridge. If you can find a cartridge pretty cheap, pick it up. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is awesome. I know the Moonwalker is on the Master System, and I heard that's even more expensive, but this is also expensive. It is a great game, and I picked this up a long time ago for $5, man. You know, a long time ago, and I'm so glad to have this in my collection. So check out Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. It is awesome. Even shows you on the back, you know, a little bit, if you can see a little bit of his dance moves there. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But this is an awesome game to own for your Sega Genesis. Now, getting down to the nitty-gritty. Alright, my third favorite game, and you know I like shmups, and I had to put these in here because they are some of the best that are on the Genesis. You know, they have the best side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups to me. That is Thunder Force 3. This is another really good game by Technosoft. These guys do an awesome job with side-scrolling shooters, and they have the best music in there, and graphically it is awesome. I still play these games today. You cannot get none of these games, old school games like this, on these consoles today. That's why it's good if you love shmup games and you're a shmup collector like I am. You need to have this in your collection, man. This is an awesome game. You guys need to check it out. It is awesome. I also have 2, but it's not in my top 10. I have 2, and that's not in this. It is complete downstairs, but this is also complete, and these games have went up in price, trust me. Some of them have went up in price pretty much. So that's another great game to add if you're a shmups. And if you see on the back, they even show you a little bit of the graphics back here of one of the beasts that you have to fight in the beginning. You know, it is really, really cool. It looks like he should be in a Godzilla movie, huh? But it is very, very awesome game to add to your Sega Genesis collection. Now the next one here, which is my number 9 game. It is another shmup, okay? I love them. It is Lightning Force. This is another great game by Technosoft. They did a great job on these shoot-'em-up games, man. I'm telling you. This is an awesome game with even better, in my opinion, graphics and bosses you have to fight in this version of Lightning Force. And it is a great game to add to your Sega Genesis collection. I believe this has went up in price. I'm not sure. You know, you might be able to find the tape cheap. But Lightning Force is a great game to add to your Sega Genesis collection, man. Believe me, you will not be sorry. It is awesome, man. Every single board to the end till you beat it. I've beat this game so many times and played it over and over again. And you're not going to find these games on the newer systems if you're into shmup. So if you can find it, man, it's a gem, I'm telling you. Now my last game, okay, which is number 1. To me, I play this game over and over again, and I still play it today, man. They did a really good job on this game. It's a 16 meg game. It is my favorite game on the Sega Genesis, man. And I mean, still today, it holds up graphically, still today. And that is, my number 1 is Streets of Rage 2. Streets of Rage 2 is better, in my opinion, than Street Fighter. The old Street Fighters I have on my Genesis, to me, this is way better game than Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a good game, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of Street Fighter games, but they did this game, I mean, you did this 16 bits of graphic meg RAM on this. This is an awesome game, man. And you guys have played it probably on your Xboxes and your PlayStation. And you might like it, you know, it all depends on, you know, your flavor of gaming. But this is the best Sega Genesis game, in my opinion, on the system when it comes to the fighting, side-scrolling fighting games like this. The graphics still hold up today, even on, I have it on the Xbox One X. You know, it's just an awesome game. I have it on my Nintendo 3DS. You know what I mean? It is awesome. It is an awesome game. And I also have it on the 360. So, this is my #1 game, guys. Streets of Rage 2. If you don't pick up the cartridge, I'm pretty sure you can get this one pretty cheap, I think. It might have went up in price. I'm not sure. But the graphic and the music, oh my god, the music, there's so many videos on YouTube about the composers that did the music to this game. It is awesome. Every single board, the music is awesome, hands down. It is way better to me than Street Fighter. Graphically, the music is way awesome too in the game than Street Fighter. You can't go wrong with Streets of Rage 2, guys. This is my #1 all-time game for my Sega Genesis in my whole collection. So, that's it, guys. But I wanted to show you my top 10 Sega Genesis games. I will be back with another one. Like my top 10 Master System games and like my Sega Saturn games and even my Dreamcast games, you know, and my Sega CD. I'm going to do them all like that, you know. I still have other series I want to do. I didn't forget about my Xbox. I have a part 3 coming out. It's just so many things I'm doing with pickups and everything else. But I wanted to show you my favorite games for the Sega Genesis. If you have a Sega Genesis, guys, let me know what your favorite games are. Or if you plan on picking up a Sega Genesis, let me know. So I wanted to say thanks for everybody for watching and subscribing to my channel. And leave some comments below and let me know what you think about the games I showed you. What you think about Sega Genesis in general. Alright, I want to give a shout out to Mr. 100, Hebot, E-Rock, he's a great guy. E-Rock's a really cool dude. You know, Carly, check out Carly's Corner. You know what, and Thrifty Gamer's really cool. He does different things, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate you guys supporting me and my channel. I really do. And remember, if you subscribe to me, I will subscribe back to you. And if you have videos, I'll check out your videos. Just don't be a troll on here. If you subscribe to me, that's fine. If you don't have any videos, that's fine. I'll subscribe back to you. Okay? But if you do happen to have videos, I'll see now and then if you put anything up, and I'll give you my opinion on your videos or what you pick up or things you like that has to pertain to gaming or anything like that. I will be in the comments section. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, and I want to also give a shout out to Asian Sleepy's, another cool dude. You know what I mean? Check out his channel. He's a huge Xbox collector. And I hope you guys have a great week, alright? And always remember, for me, Xbox for life. Jump in. Peace.